My friends, I have been doing this one way or another since 1988. And there have been a couple of times when I have only had one subject and one subject only that we're talking about. Only a couple of times. One was the OJ Simpson. That's the only thing we talked about every single day. Nobody cared about anything but the OJ Simpson case. And the drone case, the drones. Everywhere we go, no matter what we do, no matter where we go, no matter with whom we speak or where we go, the topic of conversation, at least here on the northeast quadrant of the country, is the drone. It is the most fascinating subject there is. This evening, Mrs. L and I had a delightful time with good friends, happened to be in the, dare I say, the Chappaqua area. That's Hillary Clinton country. And as we're making it back, tooling it back to the city, down the Sawmill Parkway on the Hudson River Valley, on the right, we're looking over the Hudson River, and there is, we counted one, two, three, four drones. Four. Now, interesting. What are they? What are they? Where are they from? What do they represent? And everybody has an opinion. Well, we were talking about it's and you can go down through the list, and it's more exciting to me the people who have opinions more important than the actual subject itself. What the opinions are. What do you think this is? Look at Suzanne says, "Harry Dronemus." And people will say, "It's a PsyOp." You don't understand. It's a PsyOp. What does that mean? It's a psychological opera. I know what that means. Look at this. Pilgrim says they are us government and they are looking for something. They don't know. Pilgrim doesn't know. It doesn't know. We just say stuff. It's our government. How do we know? What do we know? How? But you must say this in an apodictic, Manichaean, black and white. You have to have certitude, the likes of which nobody can ever even imagine. You must say this in a way that everybody feels as though you know something. You know something. You must say it in that way. Now let's go through this again, my friends. It's very, very simple since we last talked. Number one, before we get into that, first of all, this is fascinating to note. A couple of things here. Number one, when you see them flying, especially at night, you can't really make out what they are unless you're directly underneath it. What is it? How big is it? What shape? You don't really know. It goes over you. And maybe if you're underneath it, then you can say, okay, is that a drone? Is that a plane? Is that a helicopter? Is that something else? I think so. I'm not sure. So you can't see, there's no perspective behind it. You just see this thing moving. So you're not sure about the size. And you sort of see maybe um the sometimes the shape. And we've had a few folks from the Jersey area call us to see what they have seen. I have a friend of mine who is again, we get these wonderful reports from people saying and pointing out what it is that how. So we don't know. How big is it? Is it what's powering it? We don't really hear it. You're driving, and of course, people are driving. It looks just like that scene from Goodfellas, when Henry Hill's driving and he sees the helicopter, and you're wondering, and you think to yourself, "My God, look at what I'm doing here. Look at what I'm doing, how I'm acting. Look at the way I'm just you got it? So we don't know the size of it. We don't know what propels it. Is there a motor? We don't know. We don't know anything. The lights are flashing. Why? Well, I guess it's because of some rule. Is that it? In order to fly a drone at night, must you have lights? Maybe you have some idea of that. Is that it? Maybe you have some recollection, ladies and gentlemen. Do you have an idea of what this is? It's fantastic. And then we hear people who say, "Ob obviously, it's a psyop." Why? Because it is. Why? Is it from the government? It's from the government? Remember, ask somebody, "Ah, well, yes, it's from our government." Do you think our government, they're saying they don't know what it is. Do you believe them? Well, not really. Do you think that maybe Wolf Blitz might say, "Wait a minute, what do you mean you don't know Mayorkas? What do you mean you don't know, Kirby? What do you mean you don't know? You're the Pentagon. Have you flown down a mission?" You can say, "Sir, we'll be there in a moment." I sound like President Trump. "Sir, we'll be there in a moment. We caught 5 of these. Send your boys down. We'll do it. We caught them. We've opened it up. We looked at the circuitry. We've traced it. We've done this and that, and it is blank." You don't think they've done that? And if they have done this, are you saying that they are lying to us? Of course they are lying to us. Of course they're lying to us. Next question, and this is the best one there is. Why, oh, why hasn't Elon Musk said, "Elon, yes, do me a favor, you and Vic Ramaswamy head on down to Jersey and find out what's going on." "Okay, I'll do this." Better yet, I don't have to do it. Pick up the phone. What was that? Pick up the phone. Here we go. Here we go. Freedom's got it. Freedom says, "Come on, Lionel. You know our government or Biden will never tell us what it is." I think it's funny as hell. You know our government won't tell us what it is. Are you saying the government knows what it is? Is that what you're presupposing, Freedom? Are you saying the government knows? The government? Do you think that Kirby knows, Mayorkas knows? Probably not. Probably not. They are kept out of the loop. Probably not. So keep going. Come on, Freedom. What are you saying? What is it? I know it's great to just say, "I don't believe it." If now, this is what I don't get. I don't understand why, and I'm saying it again, why Elon Musk says, "Just a minute, sir, I'll take care of it." Hello? Yes. This is Elon Musk, the richest man on the planet, yes, who owns Tesla, Starlink, SpaceX, Neuralink, yes, and a bunch of other things, yes. I want you to find out who this is. Good. Send a number of your geeks out there. They're already there, right? Good. Do what you have to do. Call me back 5 minutes later. "Sir, we have the serial numbers of the drones. We have close-up pictures of where they're we have the best we have our own drones following them. We know where they're from, who owns them, what they've recorded. We've also shut them down." What? "Well, we've got a couple. We turned off their power. They fell and we caught them." Why? Because I'm Elon Musk, the richest man on the planet. I know everybody in Silicon Valley. I know how to hack all of these things. We can hack every phone there is. We have them. We have just done a thing, you're not gonna believe this. We have this frequency that we put out, and I'm making this up. We put out a frequency that jams the Fosteris modulator Gaben sequencing of all drones. What does that mean? I don't know, I made it up. They're not flying. Why? Because I'm Elon Musk, I'm the richest man on the planet, and I own all these companies. There are things he can do that says, "I know who this is." And the very first thing he says is, "Hello." This is President Donald Trump. The man to my right is Elon Musk. He's the richest man in the world. Over here is Vic Ramaswamy, who's only a mere billionaire. Maybe close, but a billionaire. And Vic is thinking, I'm going to get no credit for this whatsoever. Elon has his son. Vic brings his son. Everybody's renting a kid. Everybody's got a kid now on their shoulders, and this why because Elon did it. Elon did it. Elon did it. He did it. Everybody did it. You got it? You got what's happening? Good. Great. That's what's happening, right? That's what's happening. There you go. That's the ticket. So tell us, everybody, what is this? And imagine if he said, this is from the Biden administration. This is from the countries of Argentina, China, whatever it is. We've got the model here, and they have this design. They have the drones on, let's say, a warehouse floor. We didn't shoot these down, but interestingly enough, they came down somehow. Here's who they are. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you. Can't wait to start. Can we can we speed up the inauguration day? What was that? Can we speed up the inauguration? We love this guy so much. Well, we'll see about this. Wouldn't that make sense? Freedom says, just like JFK for over 60 years, some with these stupid drone crap, something someone knows and they don't care about us, they will go on for a long time. Again, you're just sitting on your front porch, drinking a beer with your thongs on, and you've got your thongs and you have gnarled feet with yellow toenails that are curved, and you have cracked heels, very callous, and you're sitting there scratching yourself with a PBR, just yelling this out, and that's okay. You're barking this disoriented, inebriated nonsense, which is fine. I appreciate it, and it's warranted. But you don't know what you're. Yeah, it's probably the same as a JFK. I'm like, okay, it's probably the same. I'm not gonna put up with that. I bullshit. Thank you. Sparky, ladies and gentlemen, says having mystery drones in New York City's area of concern is a good way to hype the issue. If the 3 Mile Island incident happened in flyover country, it would have affected nuclear energy's future. It wouldn't have affected, yeah. So what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying? We're getting close, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting close. Let's do it again. All right, you ready for this? Let's do it again. Number 1, does the United States government or someone know? Do they? Do they? Come on, freedom. Answer the question. Yes. Yes. Does the remember when the white Chinese balloon flew over? Did we know? Yes. Absolutely. We knew. We we knew. Yes. We knew. Remember that? It's China. There you go. It's China aliens. Yep, that's what it is. It most certainly is. China aliens. Uh-huh. Yep, we knew it. Here we don't know. Why is that? Why won't somebody say, "Come on, come on." You don't have to tell us what it is, but tell us you know. Glenn Hughes says, "Hey, sorry I'm late. What is going on at the Crypto and Lionel Comedy Store? I had to pull my car off the highway because I was laughing so hard." Thank you. Thank you, Mike. So question number 1, the government doesn't know this. Uh, uh, you know, Wolf Blitzer, one of these guys, if they had any, other than these BB-sized testicles, you think they would have said, "Wait a minute, Kirby, hang on for a second." You think he would act tough because these guys are gonna be they're lame ducks. You mean to tell me you don't know? You just told the whole world that they could fly enemy drones over in squadrons of 50 plus people like Freedom are on his front porch, with half a load on, screaming and yelling and howling at the moon, and you're telling me you don't know? No, wait a minute, you're not going anywhere. How do you not know? You've called the Pentagon and they're saying, we don't. After 9/11, you knew exactly the names of the pilots who purportedly were flying those planes into buildings, that were brought down by virtue of combustion of kerosene. You knew the name of Hani Hanjour before anything. You know where they were sitting. You even knew that somebody said, "Let's roll." Todd Beamer said, "Let's roll," on the Shanksville flight, even though we don't know how anybody heard this or recorded this or anything. You knew everything. You're telling me this is like Mossad saying, "We had no idea October 7th. We had no idea. They were planning this for 2 years. They were doing little makeshift cities. They were coming in w we had you're not leaving, Kirby. What else don't know? Why don't you tell the rest of our enemies that you don't know this, that they could fly drones over, but not just a drone, 50. The Ocean County, New Jersey sheriff said 50. And there we are tonight driving back to the Henry Hudson, we're looking up like this. There's one. Mrs. Hill says, "Keep your eyes on the road. There's another one. There's another one." People driving like this all over the place. And you don't know, and nobody knows anything. More importantly, why is it that President Trump doesn't own this? Why doesn't he take you, Scavino, uh, Vivek, somebody, Margot Martin, get on the plane, go there. Fire up Trump 1. I'm gonna go there. We're gonna go to Liberty Park in Jersey City, wherever the hell it is, and we're gonna put on a show. We're gonna say, "We demand answers right now. Mr. President, your country is asking you, do something. Show." Why isn't he doing anything? Why isn't Elon Musk doing anything? Why? Tell me that. Tell me. Don't give me this stuff about this freedom stuff. Another thing. This is God damn it. This is JFK, and I say, okay, I go. That's what I said. You. He makes more sense than Trump. Trump's not saying anything. They're taking pictures. He's saluting. He's going to the game. It How can a guy who loves publicity like you not get it, my friend? Wait a minute. J.M. Sparger said, "Newest sane answer, the large drone are HPGE radiation detectors. The U.S. government ordered 200,000 doses of rad sickness pills. This is a public test or something dirty got loose in the country." The government just ordered 200,000 doses of radiation sickness pills? Where did you get this information, my friend? So let me say this straight. So, we're gonna fly drones over to do radiation? Linda Houser says, "Mayorkas says he knows, he says they are domestic." Okay, they're domestic. Does the US government count as domestic? Linda, I want a little bit more, and I'm sure you do too, other than they're domestic. Can you help us out? Ladies and gentlemen, Sparky says Ukraine war taught the US it's all about drones and drone swarms. It makes sense there'd be a lot of drone practicing over military bases. Why not go tongue in cheek for cover, like with Roswell, New Mexico? Interesting. Sparky, let me ask you, let's assume I'm the president of the United States and I pick you to be my guy. I don't want anybody, anybody to answer any question other than this. Where is President Trump? Where is Elon Musk? Okay, where? You've got these trains flying over New Mexico. You mean to tell me the only way to check for radiation is to send swarms of these things, not tell anybody? Why not tell somebody? Do you think this is somehow making things better? Do you think if they're saying, "We're looking for radiation," we're doing a drill? What? We're doing a drill. We're doing a drill that says in the event we had to unleash or check for bioweapons, whatever we're doing, and we're gonna let you know ahead of time. That's what we're doing. So, folks, if you see any drones out there, don't worry about it. We're just checking and keeping you safe. Anybody have any idea why that's not done? Anybody? Anybody? Nuts. Sorry. Absolutely. Anybody? Anybody? Anybody have any idea? Anybody? Think about this. This is a very, very important thing. Tell me why the greatest publicity president in the world isn't saying, "I don't give a damn. Go down there." And by the way, you're right about this. You know what I would do right now? Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't think if you think I've been kidding, when I've been talking about prepare with Lionel, what do you need to hear? Radiation checks? Drones? Unlimited? You think nothing to worry about. Stores will always be open. Everything's cool. Preparewithlionel.com. I don't wanna have to bludgeon you over the head, but let me do this again. Preparewithlionel.com. I don't know. We're talking about radiation pills, sickness, drones, people freaking out, War of the Worlds, Mercury Theater. Hello, one more time. If I have to explain to you why it's a good idea to get your food and your supplies, especially now, and especially if you're in this area, and I don't mean going to buy a couple of MREs. I mean, for example, how about this 28-day deal for a joke? This is a song, an absolute song. This is incredible. Right off the bat, I think it'd be a good idea. 28 days, 4-week emergency food supply, fortified survival boat, an excellent source of 12 essential vitamins and minerals, a 25-year shelf life, 16 different food and drink varieties, sealed inside heavy-duty 4-layer pouches in water-resistant buckets for $187, free lightning fast shipping and handling. Are you kidding me? Preparewithlionel.com. I mean, this is one of the easiest. I mean, I'm just telling you, are you kidding me? You wanna hear so why isn't anybody answering my question? Why isn't anybody even spandex says 200,000 doses. That's not enough. This is the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life. Look at this. Mike says, Mikey Baseball, "I saw a video of them drones shooting stuff down to the ground." Did you see this? Have we seen this one, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, everybody forgot the question. One more time, Jonathan, thank you for this. Where is President Trump? This is a no-brainer. Every time somebody if a cow farts in the field in Essex County, I wanna be there. I'm gonna send somebody. "Hey, Marco Rubio, yeah, get off your ass and go down there. You're the Secretary of State." "Yes, sir." Go there, and we'll set up a little one of those little lecterns like Chuck Schumer has, and we say, "Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in charge of the" what am I? "Radiation emergency." There you go. Come home and get FEMA, get somebody out there and own this, and we wanna demand answers right away. So here's the folks, the number is 202-42 here's the number. Email these people. We're gonna go there right now. We demand answers. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna stop because I'm so redundant, it's not even funny. Elon Musk says What do you want me to do, sir? Make them stop. No problem. Hey, Peter Thiel? Yeah, Elon here. What's the name of that guy we have over? Yeah, give him a call. Yeah, I want these drones out of the air now. I want them safely landed, and I want people to say, "Oh my god, you remember when Trump made all them drones go away? It was the goddamnedest thing I've ever s." Remember that? Yeah, tell us, Grandpa. Well, it was December 15th, right about a month and 5 days for his inauguration. It was the goddamnedest thing. Freedom was on his front porch, drunker than a well, you know what. And, some people were going crazy. People drones, people calling people up and screaming and "There's drones, I saw a drone size of a Buick. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Holy God. Hang on there, Sparky. Hang on there. Oh, Jesus, there's another drone. Hang on. Other line's on the phone. Grandma's on the phone. She saw one too. Oh, Jesus, there's drones in DC and they're all over UK. Oh, shit, we gotta do something. Remember that? And you little boy Trump gets on the phone, he says, "I'm gonna fly down there." Hell, I live there, Bedminster, right over there. What country? What county is Bedminster? Sussex, Morris, what is it? Who the hell knows? Well, can you go fly down there? Remember that when he said remember that scene? Let's go live right now to a hangar somewhere near Mendham or Hohokus, wherever the hell it's a big, uh, airline hangar. And who is it but Elon Musk and son of a bitch, there's all these drones on the ground. There's drones all over, and they're saying, "Oh my god, I never knew." And of course, next day people went and buy drones. There's little drones and a big one, and there was one the size of a Pontiac with big wings on it, and there was a medium-sized one. One had a lawnmower engine on it, one had I don't know what the hell and Elon was standing there, and there was drones all over the place. And he held one of them. He goes, "This is a Chinese model. This is called the Wuhan Model 5. This is a damn good one here. This one is an old NATO drone. Not very good. Not very good battery life. But you and then this is the one you've seen. You've seen this one here." Now we looked at them and we did all the circuitry and found out that they're not here to detect radiation. No radiation devices, whatever. It appears, ladies and gentlemen, that we have found a reason why. Are you ready? Now hang on now. Hang on. Better yet, let me let President Trump tell you what it is. And old President Trump got up there and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your president, Donald J. Trump, the one who just kicked the shit out of that Kamala lady. Remember her? Whooped her like a dog." Anyway, found out the reason why. You ready? Okay, here we are. It's to scare the holy shit out of you. That's right. They're gonna make it absolutely a hellhole prior to the 20th. They're gonna do stuff. This ain't no PsyOp. Hell, PsyOps are easy. This is it. They're gonna do everything they to live in hell. They're gonna scare the bejesus out of you. They never met my boy Elon here. We got some, technology that, well, it's funny. We got this device that turns a direction and sends them out to sea. Did you know that? We don't destroy them. They just go out to the Atlantic. They just go as far as they can. They'll just turn around and just head on out there. We're not destroying them, mind you. We're just changing their direction, all of them. We're just heading out. You got it? They're doing That's where they're going. We're gonna send some to San Francisco to poor old bless her heart. What's her name? Oh, yeah. That Pelosi lady, she broke her hip. We send our love. We're gonna send one out there. We're gonna send them all over, and we just got rid of these damn and they're done. Now, other thing that's gonna happen is, remember, ladies and gentlemen, right around let me see here. Let me see. Dock workers strike. I've been telling you about this one. 2024 dock worker strike. Is it over? No. Dock workers union suspend strike until January the 15th. Did you hear that? AP, some 45,000 dock workers, East and Gulf Coast ports are returning to work after their union reached a deal to suspend the strike until January 5th. You understand that? The International Longshoremen's Association is suspending its 3-day strike until January 5th to provide time to negotiate new contracts. The union and the U.S. Maritime Alliance, which represents ports and shipping, said in a joint statement that they have reached a tentative agreement on work. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. You know what's gonna happen, don't you? So that's number 1. This is number 2. And all this, so what are we talking about? Are we talking about President Trump at the Notre Dame game or Notre Dame in France? Okay. Notre Dame in France? Well, maybe. We talking about him at the Army Navy game? Yeah. Are we talking about this? No. We talking about no. What are we talking about? Drones. Drone. Drones. Now the real question is, where is your president of the United States? The answer is he's out of his mind, out of his tree, and gone. He is through. He is, as we say, arrebatado. He's gone. We don't know where he is. You following this one? You following this one? Now, Crypto Domini says, just in China has massive shipping container-sized drones fleeing the country with oranges from New Jersey prior to the Trump tariff. Very funny. Sparky says, it'd be a shame if a drone abducted Marco Rubio and took him back to the mothership. Then President Trump might have to pick a capable Secretary of State. Could not have said it better my Marco Rubio. One more thing, changing the mind. Can you imagine how bad the dirt must be on old Matt Gaetz for him to be forced to quit when Exit gets in? Warren Ocasio says, I'm just watching from the peanut gallery, enjoying the stage performance and the audience reaction. Oh, it's absolutely so that's the story. And I have absolutely told you, we can argue about that. Is it this? Is it that? No. The government is actually saying, "We don't know." Number 1. Number 2, President Trump should be owning this. Number 3, he should be getting Elon to come in. Number 4, January 15th, 5 days, 5 days before the inauguration. Now, do you think that these people are gonna wanna risk pissing off the president of the United States? You gotta ask yourself, do you think so? Let me ask another question. Do you believe, and this is our friends tonight asked a very interesting question, and it's a very good question. Do you believe, yes or no, that the president of the United States, Donald Trump today, is the same as he was in 2016? Do you think he is maybe a different Donald Trump? Do you think maybe this Donald Trump is a real tough son of a, you think so? You know, this is what I think is interesting. I think we have a Trump now who is absolutely, positively, 100% a different character. And I told you that my role, my goal, my would be this guy. And the best example is, do you remember, LBJ had Mac Wallace and Billy Solistis and, Mussolini had Cesare Mori. Remember him? Who was his chief of police who would torture all the mafiosi, remember him? He was like his bad guys, bad cop. Stalin had Beria, who basically was a horrible person, but he was the henchman. You gotta have somebody who's, like, in charge. Reagan had, like, Len Nofziger, remember the rumpled, Nixon had Haldeman and Ehrlichman, these guys were cold-blooded. President Trump needs to have a special phone that I call, and nobody's ever seen me. This is in my movie. Nobody's ever seen me at the White House. Nobody's ever seen me in a room with him. I call the president, and I'm saying, "You know what you have to do it. You have to own this. You have to own this." We got these poor people, these New Jersey officials, and they go before people, "Well, we went to the governor and he didn't know anything about this." What? He didn't know anything? Like, why are you even announcing this? You're announcing to your constituents that you don't know anything? I know, it's a goddamn he didn't know anything. Don't tell us that. Well, I just gotta tell you I didn't know anything. That's the thing that's important. Now, in the meantime, guess who doesn't care about it? You ready for this? The stupid Luigi whatever story. Nobody cares. Did you happen to see Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock do the SNL? They said, "The funniest routine in 50 years." Chris Rock, the funniest. Did you see this? Did you think that was the what? They are so desperate, these people. They are so bereft of humor, of direction. They don't even know where to go. Nobody cares about we don't even care about this Luigi story. Who cares? Well, maybe he was gay. Maybe he wasn't. And who cares? Nobody cares anymore. That's not good for when they extradited, they extradited him. It's just there's nothing to it. He's an idiot. What I wish people would do is let me give you my idea. I would get up there and I would insult him. One of the things that I always said to do, and please, this is not meant for our great gay brothers and sisters because, as I've told you repeatedly, I don't think it matters one way or another. But there are people in the world where it makes a big deal, and they don't like this. Remember when a man in a dinner jacket, remember the guy from Iran said, "There's no gay people in Iran." What? We don't have any gay people. Remember that one? Uh, statistically no, 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 we don't have any. I would have gone on and said, "Osama bin Laden, gay." Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And have them say, "What? Oh, yeah, he's gay." Everybody knows it. What are you talking about? I would give out, whether true or not, doesn't matter. I would give out this false information. Constant. And if I were President Trump, I'd say constantly all the time, say, "Where's your president now? He's still in business. Maybe we can call Jill. You see Jill's face? Nobody cares about that. By the way, that creep who killed us, nobody cares about him. Stupidest murderer ever. I'd love to do this. This guy, Luigi, let me tell you what Louis did. He wrote down in a notebook his manifesto. It's about a page and a half. They're comparing him to Ted Kaczynski. Ted Kaczynski wrote like a like a book, it was Ulysses compared to what he wrote. He's an idiot, and he gets popped at a Mickey D's in Altoona. Are you kidding me? Because this schmuck is such a lefty, he's wearing his mask between his McRib. I mean, this is the dumbest guy ever. "And he hurt his back, I can't have sex." Well, the way I'm hearing you having sex doesn't matter because you're probably using a trapeze and barn animals, you freak. I would do nothing but insult. And the best part about it is that the lefties, out of all of the great criminals in the world, they pick numbnuts over here, Gomer Pyle, to somehow connect to because this is one for the team. He's an idiot. He stands in front with all these people. He leaves his fingerprints on everything. He's taken his mask down. uses a fake ID, takes a bus, takes a train. Oh, he's so brilliant. He's brilliant. What is he? Oh, yes. He is the valedictorian of a private school in Baltimore. Who cares? Ted Kaczynski was like he entered Harvard at 16, skipped 2 grades. Guy was a genius. And you've got Goober Pyle over here. This is your hero? I would do nothing but insult him. He's an idiot. Look at him. Here he is, plus he pissed in his pants. Oh, this is a big guy. This is this is Gotti, or this is like Sammy the Bull. Here's a real tough guy, real stand-up guy, pissed his pants like a little bitch in this picture. He's the worst. And this is your hero? We're gonna burn him. By the way, he's gonna love prison. Oh, yeah. This guy, well, he'll have plenty of time to put it this way, he won't have any time getting any friends in people make me sick. I'm so sick. Anyway, so Chris Rock was kinda making jokes about it. Why? Because he's trying to be piquant, as they say. Crypto says, "Saw a clip today. The Will Smith Chris Rock slap was scripted from a movie in the '70s." Uh, if that was scripted, and if Will Smith did this on purpose, he's a bigger idiot than you can imagine. You do recognize, my friends, do you not? Do you not? That this is, uh anyway, how do I say this? I'm just tired of all this. I want revenge, and I want the president to keep taunting Joe and Kamala. Where are they? They're in charge. "Hey, Joe, anybody interested? You're a schmuck, she's a schmuck, Kirby's a schmuck." Well, everybody knows, Mayorkas is an idiot. Nobody's in charge here. Anybody? Anybody have an idea? Hello? Anybody? They just left. The Democrats have just left, Washington. They don't care. So anyway, we're gonna see this. We're going to see this. And if the president knows what to do, and I hope the people that I know that know him passes this on, because if he doesn't do something, it makes it sound like he's kinda in on it. You know what I mean? Not in on it, but like he's covering, because it doesn't make any sense when your BFF is the richest man in the world and happens to deal with rocket ships that he can back he can back into these, these launching pads. I mean, this is the most ridiculous thing in the world. I mean, think about it. Think about this. Nobody's saying it. So, that's it. That's what I say. Phil says, "I miss the original SNL. Gilda Radner, Dan Aykroyd, Garrett Morris was a waste of time. Lorraine Newman didn't even know she was there, and the most overrated comedic hero ever, quote unquote, is John Belushi. What did he do that was so great? He imitated Joe Cocker. Gee, that was tough. It's like when Tina Fey imitated Sarah Palin. Who couldn't? She looked like her and sounded like her. John Belushi was the most overrated. What did he do? Samurai, whatever it was? Chris Farley, I thought, had more physical talent than him, throwing himself around. John Belushi was a nothing, and the reason why is it was you had to be cool. Dan Aykroyd was a genius. He was a genius, just his delivery. Bill Murray, before he went crazy, was actually very good too. I will drop the link in the comments after the show. Excellent. I don't know what link that is, but thank you for now, speaking of SNL, when Harry Shearer Christopher Guest, uh, I think, Billy Crystal. Was Martin Short on there? It was sheer, absolute genius. It was I think, yeah, Harry Short, yep. Remember, It's a Minkman. Off the charts brilliant. Off the charts. Remember Charles Rocket days? Oh, Phil Hartman, incredible. Phil Hartman was an absolute, again, genius. But the best of the best was SCTV. Even when that guy Tony Romero or Tony whatever that guy towards the end, that was really bad. But when SCTV was the gold standard, so good, so genius, and they were Canadian. SCTV destroyed SNL, period. End of discussion. But at the time, SCTV, SNL was important. Saturday night, of course, gave people the chance to stay home. It was truly, at the time, live programming, very interesting, very good. It was, at one point, the important thing to do. Remember when Sinead O'Connor ripped up the picture of the Pope? That was brilliant. Don't know what that was for, but that's um, I think one of the best ones to watch is how bad Steven Seagal was. Also, how full o' shisa Lorne Michaels is, who really thinks he was kinda funny at first, and then later on began, you know, Bill Hader, uh, terrific. Kirsten, Nolan, wasn't she the one who killed the dog? No, what her name is, Kristen her name is Kristen, I don't even know her name. Very good. I don't wanna go through this stuff, but the bottom line is simply this: John Belushi, overrated, threw his life away. Chris Farley, all that talent, doing speedballs with the woman, oh, come all that talent, all that career for what? People who threw their lives away. Ashley Simpson, that was great. Remember that one? Yes. Was Milli Vanilli, honey, on SNL or something else? Milli Vanilli changed, remember that one? That was, we thought, "Wow, I'm really watching this." They're lip syncing. Now they do it all the time. Ask Madonna how she's doing. It's one of those things. All right, my friends, what a night it's been. So, Sparky, Crypto, Warren Ocasio, thank you so much. Linda Hazlitt, uh, J.M. Sparger, Freedom, that's just some people talking. Pilgrim Media, Glenn Hughes, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for this, for your input and the like. Sparky, by the way, has said Sparky says SCTV had John Candy playing Harry Fifth in a Dirty Harry spoof. Do you remember when Gene Levy did the Dirty Harry when he said, "You're talking to me?" Sid, what was his name? Not Sid. Was it Sid Dithers? "You're talking to me? Is she talking to me?" Incredible. Rick Moranis doing Woody Allen. What about Maya Rudolph? She was on SNL. Yeah, we're talking about that. SCTV, I think, was much better. Maya Rudolph was very good. I mean, they had these, listen, there were some good sketch comic people. There was some, but this show is just Uncle Buck, Dark Star was one of the movies I will watch. Here's a quarter, get on the bus, go downtown, and have some rat gnaw that thing off your face. One of the best lines ever. Uncle Buck, John Candy was tremendous. Uncle Buck, Planes, Trains, Automobiles, he was one of the best actors. I was absolutely incredible. Johnny LaRue, remember Mrs. Falbo? Hi, Mrs. Falbo. Johnny LaRue, what's the one Malachi Sauce Boys. We were talking about that to my friend tonight. We were having a repast. It was wonderful. Guy Caballero, Joe Flaherty, Gene Levy did, Bobby Bittman. How are ya? William B. Bobby Bittman. I you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna watch that great Andrea Martin when she was a woman, Libby Wolfson, remember that she always smelled her armpits? She would sit on a couch and she would always smell to see if she was in any way feculent. She had an off-Broadway show called I'm gonna I'm gonna take my head, twist it off, and no man's gonna tell me anyway, her husband, Dave by the way, Dave Thomas from Bob and Doug McKenzie. Dave Thomas is the only person ever to do successfully a Bob Hope imitation. And one more thing about Bob and Doug with Geddy Lee, Take Off to the Great White North. You know the story behind that. There was a provision either in Canadian television or words to that effect, or something to that effect, which mandated that they had to have, um they had to have a pure Canadian content, something to that effect, something involving Canada. They said, "Oh, you want Canadian? We'll give you Canadian." And hence the spoof with Molson and Back Bacon and blah, blah, and Good Day, You Hoser and a Toque and the whole bit. That was a joke. That was their own protest to having been forced to do this deliberately pro-Canadian content, which they still don't know what that means. And there you have it. A moment of absolute incredible genius, ladies and gentlemen. All right, dear friends, what can I tell you? You have a great and a glorious night. The drones are gonna be back, my friends. This is still the best story that I love. And the good news is Luigi, Mangione, nobody cares. You had your moment, nobody cares. The sad part is that man, and I understand we don't like people in the healthcare industry, but that man was shot down like a dog, and nobody cares. Think about that one. All right, dear friends, have a great and a glorious day. Don't forget, follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. See you tomorrow, my friends. Wait a minute. Sparky's back with Farm Film Report. Was that I don't know about that one. Remember the, Gadabout Lounge? Remember the guy who had the stuffed dog and he would throw he would throw biscuits? And they had on the tubes. It was the mayor of the town? I'm trying to there were so many characters. Ed Grimley? In any event. All right, dear friends, we love you. Have a great and a glorious day. See you tomorrow, 8 AM. Oh, 9 AM. No, 9 AM. I like 9 AM better. A lot of other people do. Till then, my friends, remember these final words. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Dead, dead.